DVI remained open throughout the pandemic. Yes, the whole time. How did we manage that? In 2019, DVI had 140 volunteer dentists from 19 countries. In 2020, foreign dentists were only able to come for the first 2 months of the year. And despite that, DVI had 56 volunteer dentists in 2020. With foreign dentists unable to get to Israel, DVI had to switch gears, pivot, and recruit locally. We ramped up the Arab Advancement Project, and many Palestinian and Arab Israeli dentists began taking a weekly or monthly shift. A few new immigrant dentists took weekly shifts. Dr. Ro'i Petel, our executive director, a board-certified specialist in pediatric dentistry, and a professor of pediatric dentistry at Hadassah, recruited a new dental school to the pediatric residence program, the Galilee Medical Center, which began sending its residents to work in the clinic. Tel Aviv and Hadassah schools of dental medicine increased their rotations at DVI to twice a week. Those staff wore visors, masks, full body gowns, and head coverings, looking like full-blown astronauts, according to Dr. Petel and the staff, and sterilized every operatory in between every patient, taking a good amount of time. DVI's entire clinic staff worked the front lines, risking their own health to provide urgently needed dental care. While DVI could only provide urgent care to youth, and the elderly program was shut down for 10 weeks or so, patients who arrived in extreme pain were more grateful than ever before. And when elderly patients returned to DVI in June, several of them had been hospitalized and lost their dentures while at the hospital, crying, devastated, with no teeth. And yet, they came to DVI and received dentures. In total, DVI treated a record 2,711 youth and 145 needy elderly in 2019. You might think patient numbers would be half that in 2020, but no. Despite the raging pandemic and lockdowns in Israel, DVI dentists treated 1,946 youth and 138 needy elderly and Holocaust survivors in 2020. This is an accomplishment of epic proportions and the most worthy way to celebrate 40 years of DVI and honor Trudy Berger's legacy with the maximum service and care provided to low-income people in the Jerusalem area who had all but lost hope during a dark time. Together, all of us around the world supporting DVI are restoring that hope and effecting pandemic miracles.